Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Power Book 2 Episode 6 preview and theories. You're going to have to wait a while. That's the bad news. Let's just get that right out of the way here.
But it's not that long because the show is coming back in December.
They didn't really give us all that much in the way of video footage to be excited about unless you really like the whole chess motif that the show is going with at the moment.
Yeah.
But they did give us that December date. We'll talk about the reason for the hiatus, some of our expectations. There's a lot that has been set up by the end of episode 5. Obvious spoilers from that episode within this video.
Yep.
Before we do it, though, if you guys do enjoy the discussion, subscribe, give us a like, check out that review of episode 5, and support us further. Check those links to the store and our Patreon, and that's also where that episode 5 review is located.
Okay, so tonight was the mid-season finale,
Yeah.
so we will be waiting until December. We don't have an actual, date, so is it early December? Is it late December? Is it the middle of December? We're in October now, so we know that we have at least 2 months at the earliest.
My feeling on why we've got this is that Power Book 2 Season 1, it didn't get to finish.
No.
Everything going on in the world, the production shut down. They're going back. They're wrapping everything up, but they finished more than the first 5 episodes when they were filming. I just think that they probably were in a situation where they didn't want to isolate just a couple of episodes from the rest of the season. So they were probably just let's split it down the middle, give good momentum to the second half of the season. It's not ideal because we're 5 episodes in now, and now we're really, really into it. Now we just have to pump the brakes and kind of go back, but I'm kind of grateful we got something at all here because they could have just made us wait even longer for all of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They totally could have made us wait. And at least with this episode where they did, and they ended on a pretty good sort of cliffhanger with everything that was going on with Davis and Sax. That was a really good moment. That was just is it December yet?
I don't know if this was written as an episode that there was going to be a long hiatus after, but you're right. It was a great cliffhanger where now everything is on Tariq, and I think the part of it that's going to be the most terrifying for Tariq, he's got no idea. He is going to get totally hoodwinked regardless of that video being inadmissible. People are working stuff all around him.
And he's 18. And that was the scariest part of that conversation. That not only is Davis willing to take Tariq's money to get his mom out and then to put him in jail, he knows that Tariq could get the needle for it. And he still is it's not my problem. I will gladly take his money and then I'll gladly let him go and get the needle. It's not his problem.
The one thing that I'll say in terms of, how is he going to figure this out? Tariq's fairly perceptive. I think we've seen that from him over time. If he ends up getting in a room with Sax at some point, whether it's around the trial or some other point, what we know about Sax is he's really terrible at kind of hiding his true intentions a lot of the time. He loves himself so much. He feels himself when he gets on a roll that he's totally going to screw this up at some point and make it that Tariq finds something out.
Yeah, I think that Tariq is going to find something out. Either he's going to find out through Sax, who does miss the mark a lot, and he does let a lot sort of slip out. He could find a little bit out through Riley, if Riley is still sort of sneaking around that place, hanging out with Braden. That could be the thing that just undoes Sax and everything that's going on. The more interesting thing that I'm curious about is if he's going to find out that Davis is now setting him up to take the fall for all of this and to get Tasha out, or is Tasha going to figure that out and she's going to end up finding another way to take a different kind of fall for this. I'm actually starting to get worried after this episode that we are leading towards a possibility that maybe Tasha is not going to make it out of this season alive.
I will admit that I was worried about that too. When we saw her sitting in prison by herself, sort of scrambling for options, I was worried. It would be the thing that would sort of wipe that slate clean.
Yeah, it would. There'd be nothing else going on. And if they haven't really made enough of a case against Tariq at that point, it may just be that's it. It's done. and the DNC can spin it any way they want. Oh, she, was riddled with guilt, queen pin, whatever, and they can all move on, and they won't bother with Tariq because why?
I gotta say, I'm still pulling for Riley's gonna screw this up. She's still so young. Maybe she develops feelings for Braden. He can be kind of sweet, I think, in his own weird way. And
no, Riley's gotta go, man. I just want to see more of Braden and Tariq. I love this friendship. I want to see it continue to grow. Tonight's moment with the two of them where Tariq finally opened up about everything and just really started to trust Braden the way that he should. I mean, Braden has shown this season already, smacking all those phones out of everybody's hands, telling Riley to stop her nonsense about Tariq. He's there for him, and I like that. That is what I'm really looking forward to coming up.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Braden, he's been kind of this comical character, but if he does somehow get Riley to slip up about something, she feels bad, she says it, then Braden can pass this along to Tariq. Hopefully, Braden, now that he understands more of what Tariq is going on, is going to have more of an active role. He's never going to be Tommy, and I don't need him to be Tommy. I just need him to be Braden, and I need him to be more involved, and I think we're moving in that direction now.
Yeah, because I think Braden, I know he comes off as sort of this, a bit of a doughhead, but I don't think he actually is. I think he's actually quite smart, but because he's a bit of an outcast and he's just doesn't really fit in, and he's still young, so he's still trying to, we've all been there at that age where we just don't fit in yet. We feel like an awkward potato. We don't know how to make it all kind of work. So he's dealing with that, but he's also very smart. So I think he just needs to find his footing better with Tariq, so that way when something does come up with Riley, he knows how to handle it.
Yes, I believe in you, Braden. Just throwing that out there. Okay, we mentioned Tommy earlier, and I gotta say this now, though. Because of what happened at the end of this episode, we've been so kind of feeling like, all right, Tommy's gonna come back, we're gonna see him, he's gonna play a role.
Yeah.
But if we're starting to sort of move in this other direction now, where Sax knows that Tariq is the real person responsible, what is the role that Tommy could really have now? Because I don't want Tommy back just for the sake of, hey, look, it's Tommy. I love Tommy, but it has to matter.
I think that it will. I think it's either going to be he's going to have to come back for stuff that's going on with Tasha, or if they do start to move on Tariq, that is his godson. I know he's mad at him, but he may have to come back for that. Tommy's name has been mentioned so many times that he may just have to come back because of that they will start investigating him, and who knows. All we know is that he's probably going to be back, even if it's for just a little short period of time. Of course, I was hoping we would see him in the first half, but I knew that we wouldn't. They're going to save him for the end.
Oh yeah, they want to make sure you watch every single second of this season. Tommy will show up 10 minutes from the end of the finale. We can call that right now. I think I'm hoping in the second half of this, we're going to have a couple of episodes that really are just about that trial, because I think they're going to want to really dive into all of this, and I think they're going to want to make us feel like, even if Tariq doesn't go to jail or anything else, that while we may understand his motives for killing Ghost, he still killed Ghost. And I think Power is a show where an action does not happen where it is devoid of consequences. Those consequences, they're still coming in a way that is larger than just Tasha going to jail. I fully believe that.
The thing is that we have a season 2 of the show coming up.
Yeah.
So with that in mind and 5 episodes left, I feel like he's not going to get the needle.
Yeah.
Then what's going to happen next season? We're going to have no Tariq at all. So that, I think, is going to be just off the table. I don't think that season 2, it's going to be Tariq in jail either.
Yeah.
And it's sort of then, it brings me back around to this idea that I am worried that we are going to lose Tasha. And that scene tonight with Monet where she was like, welcome to the family, Tariq, that is going to sort of come into play where he's going to be like, my mom is dead, my dad is dead, my sister is dead. Yes, I have Yaz and my grandma, but they're doing all right where they are. I am now part of this Monet family. Because for it to sort of start to keep going, there has to be something to go forward into.
And I think they got to find a way to obviously include the Tejada family and even more stuff, because they are kind of just one part of the story right now. But we will know some answers in a couple of months. But what do you guys want to see on Power Book 2 Ghost Episode 6 and beyond? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, subscribe, give us a like, support us further. Check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.